What's up, everybody? You're watching the official Baddies West after show right here on Damien After Dark, Season 3, Episode 7. Whoa, so much happened. In this episode, we saw Stunna Girl versus Biggie continued from last week's episode. And then what the hell is going on with Razer? So much to talk about, so many questions, so many things. So go ahead, get yourself a drink, roll yourself a blunt, do what you do, kick back and relax and enjoy this show. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button right below this video so you can stay up to date when I post new content. Also, hit the like button and support the channel for me. That way, when you do that, it's going to share this video throughout the YouTube community so more people like you can find me, and then we can keep this party going each and every Sunday night. All right, last but not least, join the conversation. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this episode. Explosive, all right? A lot of stuff happening, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of alliances, a lot of different things. We are going to get into it. So let's start with the show opening with Stunna Girl versus Biggie. Last week, Biggie came off the steps, socked Stunna Girl right in the face. I wouldn't call it a blow. I don't think she got like this crazy hit, but she hit her. We saw that. And they're picking up from where they left off. Biggie gets one lick in when she jumps from the steps. Then we see Stunna wrap her hair up, and she wants to go back at Biggie. She's pissed. She's like, okay, let's go. She wants to square up. So they go at one another. I don't really see any hits connect, but I do see Biggie end up getting Stunna like almost in like this, a chokehold almost. She had her like right here in her arms. It was holding her down, and I believe Stunna Girl was like pulling Biggie's hair really hard because Biggie kept saying, you can't fight. You can't fight, man. Bro, you can't fight. You're pulling my hair, bro. You can't fight. Now, I'm for whoever is against Biggie because I just can't stand the Sydney Star prototype. I just can't. She does so much for cameras. I keep saying maybe she'll grow on me, but it's nothing's growing, nothing's happening for me. Biggie just does the most, and I would just like to see who she really is. But then she got the nerve to tell Stunna Girl that she's doing the most. Biggie tells Stunna, you're doing the most. Biggie, have you watched yourself from the beginning of the season? Have you seen what you've been doing? You've been giving the most since you stepped in the fucking room. Like, bro, please. Bro, please, I'm a boss. Chill, I'm a boss. That's what she keeps saying. I'm a boss, bro. Bro, I'm a boss, man. You don't understand. No, bro, chill. I'm a boss. Like, I'm exhausted. Stunna ends up ripping off Biggie's chain. Biggie has this chain that they mentioned last week's episode, and Biggie claimed that was a very expensive chain. Stunna ends up ripping the chain off. And you know what? At the end, I don't really have sympathy for Biggie in the situation with the chain, with any of the, because she kind of, I don't want to say she kind of started it, because I know that Stunna and Cat walked up to Biggie initially, but come on, Biggie, you know in real life, Stunna's not going to walk up to you and want to talk to you at all. That was all contrived. Producers set that up. Cat wanted you to talk to her. Cat probably didn't give a fuck. They wanted a scene with you and Stunna Girl, with you, Biggie, you and Stunna Girl. They wanted that scene. So I can't say that Stunna Girl really started it, because when the scene began and they started talking, Biggie was the one that I felt started with the digs. Is that not right? Am my recollection wrong? With last week's episode, I don't know. How do y'all feel? Whose team are you on? Team Biggie or Team Stunna Girl in this situation here? No, I ain't gonna lie though. Stunna Girl was eating her up at the end, not fighting wise, just words wise. See, I like to see them go at each other with words versus fighting, because it's funnier. Because listen, Miss Thing was eating Miss Biggie up, okay? Miss Thing was eating Sydney Star up. She talking about her ashy knees. She said she looked like a grape. She says she's been wearing the same weave that she wore since the auditions. I mean, she was going in and in and in. And then all you hear from Biggie is the Biggie bark. The Biggie bark. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now look, Y'all know I got a joke. But see, I'm like Stunna Girl. And I told y'all, I'm not a stan yet. I'm not a Stunna Girl stan yet. But I relate to her in this situation because, bitch, you come from me, I'm going basement. You wanna put your hands on me, ho? Let's go. Not only am I gonna tag you right back, I'm gonna call you every damn thing I can in the book to make you go home, lay down at night. When you lay your head down, you can't close them eyes and sleep for nothing because you thinking about all them things I cut you with, right? Tommy walks outside, and of course, Biggie starts bringing Tommy into the situation, sort of, by saying, Tommy don't even like her, blah, 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 blah. So now, Biggie's over here clit licking and clit riding Tommy, trying to get Tommy to get into the fight. That's what I interpreted it. I thought she was trying to get Tommy involved in a way, but that's just me. Natalie and Tommy are both now outside trying to calm Stunna Girl and Biggie down. Sorry if y'all hear my dog barking in there. He's barking at something. I don't know. I'm sorry. So yeah, Natalie and Tommy are trying to calm the situation down. More so Natalie, really. Stunna thinks that Tommy had Biggie to do her dirty work. So she's in her confessional, she thinks that, when Tommy came outside, that was kind of an inclination that, oh, okay, she's got Biggie up to something. She's got Biggie trying me, doing, I don't know if I believe that or not. I think they all just have a problem with Stunna Girl, rightfully so. When we've seen from the beginning, y'all were here if you watched the beginning, after shows that we did, recaps. I wasn't so team Stunna Girl at all at the beginning, because she did start up a lot of shit in the beginning, from what it seemed like. But with her, more so it was just her attitude, I guess, in the beginning. Now, here go Biggie. She's very upset. She's very upset. And here she goes, trying to have a moment. And she starts speaking Spanish because she's very upset. And y'all know the one thing I've talked about on here that I cannot stand when people do on reality television. And that is the whole, get the cameras out my fucking face. And that is what Biggie decided to pull in this moment with her fight with Stunna Girl, because she was pissed and embarrassed and mad that her chain got took. So she stormed off, get the cameras out my fucking face, bro. Get the cameras out my fucking... And I cannot stand when people do that on these shows. Like, no, we're not getting the cameras out of your face. This is what you signed up for. Get the cameras out your face? Okay, give me the check back then. Roll me a deposit back then. Because that's what you're here for, Biggie. So stop looking for a moment. That's all Biggie was doing. Looking for a moment, like, pick me, look at me, look at me. I want to show y'all how rough and tough I really am. It's embarrassing in my eyes. It was really embarrassing. She ends up going in her bedroom, slamming the door, and threatens the cameraman by saying, I'll bust your shit. So, yeah. Shutting the door, telling the cameraman, I'll bust your shit, bro. Girl gone. Ain't nobody studying you, Biggie. Now, at this point, Cat and Stunna Girl are like BFFs in the house. I mean, we can all kind of see that, right? I think they're the closest, or they're each other's ally in the house or on the bus or whatever, because Cat is in the bathroom helping Stunna Girl out, wiping blood off her face or whatever is on her face. I couldn't really tell because Stunna Girl is facing the other way. You can see Cat just bandaging her up, fixing her up a little bit, patching her up. But even Cat and Stunna Girl both said, Biggie is looking for a moment here. She's looking for a moment. And one thing that Stunna Girl said, which was kind of true in my eyes, I was like, ooh, think about it. She's referencing to Biggie. If you're not talking shit, nobody would look at you. Y'all need to repeat that to y'all? Stunna Girl about this, like, that's a read though. It's kind of a true read. If Biggie didn't talk shit, nobody would really pay attention to her. And I guess she's saying that, she's saying she's not pretty. Listen, Biggie is not an ugly girl. She's not an ugly girl. But if people are fighting, nothing's off limits. And that was, I think more so it's Biggie's personality that I don't really care for. And the way she acts, it's too obnoxious for me. I don't think Biggie's an ugly girl. Excuse me. Now, but I did think it was a read. If you're not talking shit, nobody would look at you. No, nobody would look at you. Now, Natalie is in the kitchen agreeing with Biggie as far as things going on with Stunna Girl. Doing little things like, they say Stunna Girl's like just will shoot them. Biggie's telling Natalie like Stunna Girl would just randomly be shooting them birds in the club out of nowhere. Little things like that. And Natalie's agreeing with her, going along with it. And you know, of course, we've heard Stunna Girl before when they were all around last week's episode. She yelled grandma when Tommy was just standing there. Tommy didn't say a word to her. So Stunna Girl does do little things to provoke these people. I have noticed that. You know, Natalie thinks Cat is just caught in the crossfires. Maybe. I guess so. But yeah, I guess she could be caught in the crossfires. I think she just kind of wants to get along with everybody. But Stunna Girl probably reminds Cat of a younger version of herself, because if you've seen Cat on BGC Miami season 5, you know how Cat used to get down. Cat didn't play. She told you she would cut a bitch, and she would. So maybe she just feels for Stunna Girl, and she's like taking her under her wing, you know. Now Natalie ends up, after she's in the kitchen talking to Biggie and the rest of them, then she goes and talks to Stunna Girl and does what Natalie does. You know, she's trying to play it safe, but at the same time, she's trying to reprimand Stunna Girl and tell her, look, we can't be doing this fighting, which is true. They can't. They got to stop, but it's not going to stop. Every episode's going to have a fucking fight, and we know it. And as we see here in a moment, things get even worse on the private jet, which we'll get to that in a second. I mean, the fights don't stop. Now, we see Tommy ends up inviting Biggie shopping. Y'all notice how excited Biggie was to go shopping with Tommy at Forever 21? I mean, you would have thought Rihanna had invited her to Nordstrom or something for a shopping spree. Nothing wrong with Forever 21. Listen, baby, I love some Forever 21. I'm not knocking that. It's more so that she was just excited to go with Tommy. We can go to Forever 21, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I'm going with Tommy to Forever 21. Like I said, it's not Rihanna, baby. No shade, Tommy, but Scotty, Razer, Stunna Girl, Low London, and Natalie are taking a private jet to Phoenix, which is their next destination in their little tour. They're going to Phoenix, Arizona. So, Scotty, Razer, Stunna, Low London, and Natalie, they're on the private jet. And then you have Rolly, DJ Sky, Cat, on the bus. And then we later see Biggie and Tommy end up joining them on the bus. So you got a group of girls on the private jet, and you got a group of girls on the bus. Now, Rolly makes a good point. She says, why are we even doing this if we're all not going to be together on the bus at the same time? And I agree. It's like every single destination thus far since they started this season, Natalie's taking a private jet from city to city with the group of girls that she wants to try to start shit and manipulate with that time of the week. And then the next week she'll take a different group, and it's like, okay, then you can go be peasants on the bus. But in my opinion, I would kind of want to be on the bus though. I don't know. I've always wanted to ride around like a tour bus, and I think it'd be a lot more fun to just have the experience being on a bus with people, but maybe not with the fighting. So maybe that's why they all enjoy the jet rides. But however, I agree with Rolly. Like, why are we not all on the bus? Every week it's a private jet to somewhere else, and that's no shade. Like, I get it, but if that's where the whole EP thing gets sticky and muddy. Natalie being the owner or the creator in the EP, it's like, okay, do you really have to flaunt it and say I'm gonna fly on the private jet? And like, let's make it equal. You go on the bus, be with the girls, be a part of the experience, or don't do it at all, because it just makes it weird. Now, so on the bus, Tommy ends up bringing the girls robes and stuff for a girls' night. Robes, face masks, things like that. And then she comes up with the brilliant idea, let's go rob CVS. Or they said rob a store or a bank, but it ended up being a CVS. And all the girls go into this fucking store, and the rule of this game is, go in, whoever can steal the most expensive item wins. So all these girls go in here looking fucking obvious as fuck in these black faux fur coats and these white, the white face masks that are made of paper that you put on. They all had those on their face. 5 girls walking around in there shoplifting on camera, mind you, on the CVS camera, probably watching them, and then you got Zeus camera walking around following them, and y'all shoplifting. I mean, were y'all lacking content that bad? I can think of 20 other things y'all could have done other than going into a CVS and shoplifting. Like, and this is another thing. Zeus, y'all already get the reputation of being showing ratchet ass TV, fighting and all this other shit. Even though we love it and we tune in each and every week, but I feel like you're playing into these different things. Like, why would y'all have them on camera shoplifting from a store? You see what I'm like? You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that's so ridiculous. Number one, because there's so many other things that they could have done, and number two, you're incriminating yourself. Listen, I ain't putting it past nobody who got to go in and give what they got to get sometime. Okay, I ain't putting it past nobody. We've all, in our point, excuse me, I can't get it out. We've all in our lifetime done some things, if you know what I'm saying, without saying it. But to do it on national fucking TV, I just thought it was ridiculous. Am I the only one that feels that way? I feel like, I hope I'm not solo in that thought, because how do you, like, I was always told, my mother always said, self never tell on self. Like, what are y'all doing? Let me know in the comments if y'all thought that was crazy too. Like, I could say maybe if you did that with your friends and you were 16 fucking years old in high school and y'all challenged it to each other to see who could go in there and steal the most expensive item, something like that. But to be 40-year-old fucking women, 35-year-old women going in there doing that, and no shade, I'm almost 30. I'm not age shaming. I'm just saying, you too old to be doing that. Not stealing. If you gotta do what you gotta do sometime, I get it. But y'all are on a show, and y'all got money. Y'all didn't need to do that. Y'all get my point. Y'all get my point, right? Let's move on. Back on the private jet. It seems like Razer and Stunna Girl have this passive-aggressive tension going on. They're going back and forth, not in a way that's loud at first. They're talking about Stunna Girl's beef with Tommy and her fighting, and Razor's sort of wondering and asks her, kind of, in my opinion, she was kind of asking a little too much, asking too many questions. I understand where her and Low London were coming from, because a lot of the girls on the plane in their confessionals were saying that, oh, Razor was just trying to give her some boss bitch advice and tell her, this fighting doesn't look cute when we're going out to the clubs and stuff and you're fighting. It's not good for our brands. It's not good for our businesses. And of course, they say Stunna Girl doesn't take constructive criticism. Now, I don't really think Razer was being that mean to her, so to speak, or aggressive or tense or bitchy. I don't think she was any of those things. I think at first she was, just trying to be like, girl, why don't you just move on from it so we can, like I moved on with Scotty. But it became a problem because she kept doing it over and over again. To the point we see them get into a fight, physical fight on the private jet when they land in Phoenix. Now we're going to get into that. Now, I noticed Low was chiming in at one point during the back and forth between Stunna Girl and Razer, and I'm thinking, Low, stay out of it, boo, because if it goes left and you get hit, like, just stay out of it. And then, so yeah, on the jet, we see when the jet lands, we see Stunna Girl and Razer face to face, and they're trying to get at one another. And then we see Lemmy, the owner of Zeus, in between them. His face is blurred, of course, but he's trying to hold them apart. I don't think they were expecting to film. I think they were just trying to get off the plane and they were done with filming for the day. But then Razer was drunk, obviously. Stunna was probably lit too. Then they land, and this happens, and they have to roll cameras again, get them back up, and film this. And this is what they got last minute, which is, if you saw, it was them face to face. Sorry, y'all. I got like a hair or something in my mouth. That's why I keep going like this. I think it's fuzz from my shirt. So where are we? Now, we didn't see exactly what happened leading up to this fight on the private jet there at the end, but we did see, like I just talked about, how they were doing the back and forth, and we already seen things were starting to get tense earlier, so I'm not surprised when they landed that things got this bad. Now, if you notice, Razer was drunk as fuck. You could just tell. Now, I'm sure Stunna Girl had drinks. She may have been drunk too, but I couldn't tell like I could tell with Razer. Razer was slurring. Her face was red. She couldn't stand up. She was acting obnoxious. She was screaming. I mean, at one point, Stunna Girl snatches her wig off. Like, they're literally fighting one another as security's trying to hold them back on a fucking private jet. On a private jet now. Razer says, I'm not going without my wig. She's so drunk. The security was trying to escort her off the plane and pull her off, and she's like, I'm not going without my wig. Like, I don't even know how you move forward with something like that. Because Razer, baby, if you was on Delta, you would have been fucked. You would have never flown again. Your ass would have went straight to jail. Like, I don't know what the conditions or the rules are for private planes. If any of y'all ever flown on a private plane, let me know in the comments. What happens if you fight like that? Like, is it the same as a commercial flight? Like, you know, I heard the feds get involved when you act crazy and shit like that on Delta in America, and what us normal folk fly on, right? But, like, how do you move forward with something like that? If I was producing a show and someone acted like that on a fucking plane, I think, like, it would almost be grounds to kick them off, right? Don't y'all think? Like, I know they probably have both caused the most drama this season, Razer and Stunna, and a few others, but it would be hard to let Razer and Stunna go because they're such big parts of the show now. But at the same time, it feels like these girls are liabilities. I mean, Razer said she got her name in prison. Wonder why? Did she slice somebody with a razor? I think so, allegedly. Stunna Girl allegedly put a girl in a fucking dog cage and left her there for days. So look at the type of chicks we dealing with here now. Y'all can't expect them to be classy women who cross their legs and dot their T's and cross their I's. They've been through some shit. I don't know. If anybody will get sent home. I don't know if they do that or not. If they have, in the history of Baddies, seasons 1 through 3, have they ever had a replacement? Like, I know Christina last season when she was supposed to show up, and they replaced her with Scotty, I believe. But that's not the same as someone getting sent home. I don't think anybody's ever been sent home or went home. All you see at the end is Stunna Girl's hair being pulled from the jet window. Like, in the little window of the jet, you see her hair just being yanked. And it's just like, wow, I ain't never seen no shit like that. In all reality TV, I've never seen nobody fighting on a plane like that. But next week, things get crazier when we see Tommy lose her shit on all the girls. Did y'all see that? And I told y'all, Tommy was pissed, which we saw on the show. She was pissed that she does not get to go last at these club appearances that they have when the girls perform. And we're going to see her blow up next season and her ego take over and her lose control and cuss all the girls out and go off on them and tell them that she's better than all them bitches and they ain't shit and she's the star of the show and she's the special guest and that's why she needs to perform last. We get to see Tommy's ego on full display next week, so you don't want to miss that after show. Next Sunday, right here on YouTube, Damien After Dark channel, we'll be talking about it, breaking down the episode. I can't wait until next week's episode. I hope you all join me here. And I hope you have enjoyed this after show and recap. If you got any comments, concerns, questions, reads, anything you want to say regarding this episode, like whose side are you on when it comes to Stunna Girl and Biggie and Stunna Girl and Razer on the plane? What did you think about them being on the plane? Do you think somebody should go home or be kicked off for that type of behavior? Like, I want to hear all the things. Join the conversation by commenting below and letting me know your thoughts and opinions. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right below this video. That way you can get up-to-date content and notifications when I post by turning on that post notification button as well. Last but not least, hit that thumbs up button for me and like the video. When you do that, it's your way of showing support, and YouTube will share this video throughout the YouTube community so more people like yourself can find us here on Damien After Dark. Each and every Sunday, Baddies West after shows. I love you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See you.